Welcome to our supply chain management full course by Simplilearn. Every product you've ever bought has been an incredible journey to reach you. From raw materials in a factory to the moment you unbox your purchase, there's a whole system making it happen. That system is called supply chain management, and it's one of the most important skills in business today. Here's the exciting part. The supply chain industry is undergoing a massive digital transformation. Companies that embrace new technology are outspacing their competitors, delivering products much more faster, cheaper, and more efficiently than ever before. With smart software and advanced systems, the way products move around the world is changing, and businesses need people who get this new digital landscape. Now, in this course, you will uncover how supply chains really work. You will learn how products go. Also, if you are ready to supercharge your career, then the Digital Supply Chain Management certification from SP Jain School of Global Management and Simplilearn is your gateway to master the hottest skills in AI, IoT, automation, and blockchain. All in just 6 months, online and guided by top industry experts. This isn't your average course. It's a hands-on journey where you will work on real-world projects like using AI to predict demand and building smart contracts with blockchain. You'll also earn a powerful certificate from globally ranked institution, and with companies like Amazon, IBM, and Accenture on the hunt for these skills, it's the time to act now. So guys, hurry up and apply now, and you can find the course link below.
In today's video, we will talk about something that impacts pretty much everything we use or consume daily: supply chain management. You might be thinking, what is that all about? Well, stick to me and you will just see how crucial it is. Back in early 1900, Henry Ford and his team at the Ford Motor Company were dealing with a massive challenge. As demand for their cars went through the roof, they realized they needed a better way to coordinate all the different suppliers, manufacturers, and distributors involved in getting those vehicles made and delivered to customers. I mean, you can imagine trying to keep a track of thousands of different parts and materials coming in from all sorts of suppliers. It was a total nightmare. That's when this light bulb moment happened, and they came up with the concept of supply chain management. Ford's crew developed strategies to integrate and coordinate every stage of the production process, from sourcing the raw materials to assembling the cars and finally distributing them to dealerships and customers. By putting these supply chain management practices in place, they were able to slash production cost, ramp up efficiency, and meet the insane demand for Ford's iconic rides. This was a game-changing stuff, and it paved the way for supply chain management to become a widespread practice across all kinds of industries. Fast forward to today, and effective supply chain management is absolutely crucial in the hyper-competitive business world. Whether you're a massive multinational corporation or a local one, every business faces challenges in managing that intricate web of suppliers, manufacturers, logistics, and customer demands. Supply chain management provides solutions to those challenges by streamlining processes, cutting down on waste, and ensuring that products and services are delivered to customers in a timely and cost-effective manner. It takes a lot of manual work to improve communication between all the different players involved and give you a serious competitive edge in today's ever-changing marketplace. Supply chain management is the unsung hero that keeps our modern economy ticking, delivering the goods and services we rely on in and day out. In today's video, we are going to dive deep into the world of supply chain management. I will break down the fundamental concepts, components, and strategies, and we will look at the real-world examples of businesses that are killing it with their supply chain management practices. You will see companies across all kinds of industries are leveraging this powerful discipline to drive growth, boost efficiency, and keep their customers satisfied. Alright, so buckle up and prepare to immerse yourself in the realm of supply chain management. I'll be breaking down everything you need to know. What is supply chain? Let's start with the basics. A supply chain is a well-coordinated network of people, companies, resources, activities, and high-tech systems. All of them are working together to create and deliver products and services to customers. It covers everything from sourcing the raw materials to getting the finished product into the hands of the buyer. The key players are the suppliers, manufacturers, distributors, retailers, and of course, the customers. Let us now talk about the salary. The people in charge of overseeing and managing the entire complicated supply and demand process are called supply chain management professionals. These folk are the masterminds, the experts who make sure everything runs smoothly from start to finish. Companies realize how important and valuable these supply chain management experts are. That's why they pay them really good money. Their salary ranges typically falls between $110,000 to $141,000 per year, or even more. Their special skills in keeping products and services moving efficiently from suppliers to customers are highly prized. One of the reasons behind getting big bucks is that the companies heavily rely on their expertise to choreograph and coordinate all the complex moving pieces involved in getting stuff made and delivered without any hiccups. They are paid top dollar to be the mastermind behind the scenes, making it work smoothly. Now that we have discussed what supply chain management is and how valuable these supply chain management professionals are, we will talk about how supply chain management has evolved over time. Now, the concept of supply and demand has been around for ages, but it wasn't until the early 1900s that people really started thinking maybe we can do this better. Then came along brilliant minds like the legendary Henry Ford, who looked at the inefficiencies and waste in production lines and said, there's got to be a better way. The cool ideas kicked off what we call now modern supply chain management. They figured out how to make things run smoother and trimmed off all the unnecessary stuff, setting the stage for how supply chain work like a well-oiled machine today. So why does effective supply chain management matter? With supply chains becoming increasingly complex operations, the advantages of having an effectively managed system started becoming extremely apparent. Let's now discuss about the advantages of having supply chain management. Well, for businesses, it's a game changer. It allows them to optimize their process, reduce costs, and improve the efficiency. With a well-managed supply chain, companies can deliver products to customers faster and more reliably, gaining a competitive edge in the market. But it's not just businesses that benefit. Supply chain management also plays a crucial role in driving economies forward, ensuring the smooth flow of goods and services, which creates value for customers and fosters economic growth. Speaking of economic growth, let's delve deeper into the role of supply chain management in the economy. Think of it as the backbone of commerce. A well-functioning supply chain keeps prices stable, prevents shortages, and promotes innovation. Moreover, supply chain management encourages collaboration and communication across industries, leading to development of new technologies and practices. It's a key driver of progress on both local and global scale. Now that we have understood the importance of supply chain management, let's take a closer look at how it actually works. Supply chain management is like a chain of interconnected processes. It starts with procurement, where companies source all the raw materials and supplies they need from the suppliers. Next up, we have manufacturing, which transforms those raw materials into finished products. From there, the made-to-order goods get distributed through an entire network of warehouses and transportation channels until they finally reach their destination. Retailers and customers throughout the whole journey, effective inventory management, demand forecasting, and smart logistics are crucial components that keeps everything running smoothly. So let's break it down further. The 5 stages. No matter what type, most supply chains can be broadly divided into the 5 key stages. Planning. This is where the smart folks predict how much stuff people will want, make plans, and decide what things they'll need. Next up, we have sourcing. They identify suppliers, negotiate contracts, and procure all the necessary materials and services. Manufacturing, whether it's towels or automobiles, this is the stage where raw materials get transformed into finished products through manufacturing runs and strictly quality control. Next, we have delivery. With products made, the stage focuses on transportation, warehousing, and distributing those goods to retailers and customers. Returns, and finally, there's got to be a system for handling product returns, repairs, reconditioning and recycling, or disposing of unwanted stuff. Reverse logistics in action. Now that we have outlined the fundamental stages of supply chain, it's important to recognize that they come in various shapes and sizes to suit different needs. Let's delve into the different types. Types of supply chain. Supply chains can actually be categorized into different types based on the special structure and overarching purpose. At first, we have continuous or lean supply chains. As you might guess, these are the dead set on minimizing waste and maximizing efficiency through scorched earth lean practices. You'll see a lot of these in manufacturing. Next, agile supply chains, designed to be super nimble and responsive, rapidly evolving customer needs and preferences. Agility is the key in fast paced industries like fashion retail. Next, we have sustainable supply chains. With an emphasis on environmental responsibility, these supply chains prioritize ethical sourcing, sustainable practices, and minimizing ecological impact. Next, we have humanitarian supply chains. Rather than commercial products, these supply chains operations are focused on delivering life-saving aid, supplies, and relief efforts during emergencies and natural disaster worldwide. To better illustrate how a basic supply chain function, let us look at the journey of the common product we are familiar with. We will now look into a basic supply chain example. Let's look at the journey of a smartphone from start to finish. The raw materials like metals and plastic are sourced from suppliers across the globe. Those materials then get transported to manufacturing facilities where the components are assembled into the smartphones. Once those finished phones roll off the line, they get distributed through networks or warehouses and retailers until finally landing in stores and customers' hands through various sales channels. Behind the scenes, there's an intricate web of information like orders and inventory levels that facilitates each step. With that example providing a clear picture, let's transition into discussing the different strategies businesses employ for supply chain management. Strategies and examples. Different businesses employ supply chain management strategies based on their unique needs and goals. Some common approaches include just in time. This strategy focuses on minimizing inventory levels by receiving materials or products just as they are needed. Manufacturers like Toyota often use JIT to reduce storage cost and waste. Lean supply chain. This strategy is all about eliminating waste and optimizing processes for maximum efficiency. Companies like Dell have successfully implemented lean supply chain principles. Then we have agile supply chain. This strategy is designed to respond quickly to changing market demands and customer preferences. Fashion retailers often adopt agile supply chain strategies to keep up with the trends. By implementing these strategies, we can achieve remarkable supply chain agility, enabling the company to consistently deliver innovative products to consumers worldwide. In summary, supply chain management is very important for keeping goods flowing smoothly from producers to consumers. Understanding its basic helps businesses cut costs and improve customer satisfaction.
Hello and welcome to Introduction to Supply Chain Management course. In this course, we will learn how products move from raw materials to customers' hands and everything that happens in between. Whether you are a student, a budding entrepreneur, or a professional looking to sharpen your business acumen. So this course will help you understand the building blocks of how modern supply chains operate. So we will begin with the supply chain basics and the key players. You will get familiar with what a supply chain is, the flow of goods and information, and who is the key stakeholders from suppliers and manufacturers to distributors and retailers. Next, we will dive into inventory, procurement, and sourcing. This module covers how businesses manage stocks efficiently, where they buy materials from, and how strategic sourcing decisions can make or break profitability. In the supply chain logistic and flow, we will explore the journey goods take, including transportation, warehousing, distribution centers, and how logistic decisions impact cost, speed, and customer satisfaction. Finally, we will wrap up with the technology challenges and the future trends, from automation and AI to sustainability and global disruption. This module will help you understand the dynamic forces shaping the future of supply chain. Throughout the course, we will use real-world examples and practical frameworks to keep things relevant and actionable. By the end, you will walk away with a solid understanding of how supply chain work and why they are vital to businesses and economies around the world. So let's get started on this journey through the world of supply chain management. So let's jump to the what is supply chain management. A supply chain is like a network that provides facilities and options like distribution, which performs operations like procurement of material, the transformation of these materials to specific intermediates, and after finished products, and the distribution procedure starts distributing respective products to the customers. So there are some key points regarding the supply chain. Like In the previous times, all the organizations like marketing, distribution, planning, manufacturing, and purchasing organizations work independently along the supply chain. The second is organizations have their independent objectives, which are sometimes conflicting also. The third one is to work in an efficient manner. There arises a need through which these different functions are able to integrate together. Fourth one is therefore supply chain management is a strategy that came into arising through which such integration can be achieved. So after understanding what is supply chain management, let's move on to key components of supply chain. The first one is suppliers. Suppliers are the foundation of the supply chain. They provide the essential raw material, components, and services needed to create finished products. These inputs could range from basic raw materials like metals, plastic, or fabrics to specialized parts or sub-assemblies. The reliability, quality, and timelessness of suppliers directly impact the efficiency and the success of entire supply chain. The second comes manufacturers. Manufacturers take the raw materials and components supplied and transform them into finished goods through various production processes. This involves activities such as assembly, machine, quality control, and packaging. Manufacturers play a critical role in adding value by converting inputs into products that meet customer specification and quality standards. The third one is warehouses. Warehouses act as storage points within the supply chain. They hold materials, intermediate products, and finished goods until they are needed further along the chain. Effective warehousing ensures that inventory is available to meet demand without overstocking, helping balance supply and demand fluctuation while reducing lead times. The fourth one is distribution centers. Distribution centers serves a hub for efficiently moving and distributing goods to various destinations. They manage the sorting, packing, and shipping of the products to retailers or directly to customers. By optimizing transportation routes and consolidating shipments, distribution centers help reduce logistic costs and improves delivery speed. Then comes retailers. So retailers are the link between the supply chain and the end customer. They purchase finished products from manufacturers or distributors and sell them directly to the consumer. So retailers play a vital role in understanding customer preferences, managing inventory at the customer level, and providing a convenient purchasing experience. At the last come customers. So customers are the final recipients of the products in the supply chain. Their needs and demands drive the entire supply chain process, influencing production volumes, inventory levels, and delivery schedules. Meeting customer expectations in terms of product availability, quality, and delivery time is the ultimate goal of supply chain management. So now comes, how does supply chain management work? So supply chain operate through a network of linked activities and processes that enable the movement of goods, information, and finances from suppliers to customers. So here are the overview of supply chain's work. The first one is planning. Planning is the developing strategies to meet customer demand while optimizing resources. So there are some key activities as well. The first one is demand forecasting, inventory management, capacity planning, and production scheduling. And the next comes sourcing. The sourcing involves identifying and selecting suppliers that provide the necessary raw material, component, and the services. Key activities are supplier selection, supplier relationship management, procurement, then contract negotiation. Then third come manufacturing. So coordinating production process to create finished good efficiently. So key activities are production process design, quality control, production scheduling, and equipment maintenance. After manufacturing, then comes warehousing. So warehousing involves storing raw materials, intermediates, and finished goods until they are needed. Efficient warehousing is crucial for maintaining inventory levels and ensuring timely delivery. Key activities are inventory management, storage solution, order picking, and the packing. Then comes distribution. Coordinating the movement of goods from manufacturers to the customer is known as distribution. Key activities are transportation planning, logistic management, order fulfillment, and delivery scheduling. Then comes return and reverse logistic. Return and reverse logistic involve managing the return of defective or unwanted products from the customer back to the manufacturer or supplier. This process includes handling returns, refurbishing products, and recycling. Key activities are return processing, refurbishing and recycling, disposal management, and the customer support. Then comes technology integration. Implementing systems like enterprise resource planning, ERP, and transportation management system TMS to facilitate information flow. Then comes performance measurement. So continuously monitoring and improving supply chain metrics. So SCM works by integrating these processes across different departments and organization using technology and data analytics to improve decision making and operational efficiency. So now let's jump into the flow in the supply chain. How the flow work in supply chain. So here is a chart. So the supply chain work like a chain reaction where materials move from suppliers to the customers. Both supplier and the customers exchange important informations to coordinate effectively, like materials, information, and the funds. Additionally, money flow back from the customer to the supplier, completing the cycle. So supply chain management oversees and control the flow of materials, information, and the finances across the supply chain. It's the main role in to design, plan, and execute activities at each stage to ensure that customer receive the right product and services efficiently and profitably. So there are some examples of supply chain management. The first one is Zara, known for its fast fashion supply chain, quickly turning design into store-ready apparel. The second is Apple, manages a complex global network for sourcing components and delivering devices. Then comes Walmart, excels in inventory management and distribution to thousands of stores worldwide. Then comes Blue Apron, a meal kit delivery service that coordinates fresh ingredients from suppliers directly to the consumer. Then come pharmaceutical industries, ensures timely delivery of medicines from manufacturers to the pharmacies and the hospitals. So now let's jump into functions of supply chain management. So the main functions of supply chain management include: the first one is defining business boundaries and the relationships. It is the most important of all the SCM initiatives. It relates to this decision on outsourcing. Then second comes managing demand and supply. So the basic demand is the demand for the ultimate product or service from the end user. To meet these needs of the user, different links in the supply chain need to supply some goods or services to the following link in the chain. Then comes logistics. It refers to the process involved in storing, moving, transporting, or handling materials in any other way. Then comes purchasing. It acts as a link between the vendors and the company to get involvement and help of vendors in matters like purchase material specification, matching a lot of size, and transportation packing. Then comes selling system interface. So it is directly responsible to help customer know, select, buy, or pay for and take away the company's product. Then comes manufacturing system interface. It supports SCM by reducing manufacturing lead times and supplying materials that closely match customer lot size and time requirement. Then comes product design and interface. Basic quality of the products sold to the end users can be improved substantially by better collaboration among channel partners. So after seeing function of supply chain management, let's understand why is supply chain management is important. So supply chain management is crucial for several reasons. The first one is efficiency and cost reduction. So by optimizing the supply chain, organization can reduce waste and lower costs. SCM helps streamline operations, reduce redundancies, and improve the use of resources. Then comes improved quality control. SCM ensures that all parts of the supply chain maintain high standards. So this control helps in maintaining product quality, reducing defects, and improving customer satisfaction. Then comes better customer service. With SCM, companies can respond more quickly to customer demands, ensuring timely delivery and better service. Quick and effective response play a crucial role in boosting customer contentment and devotion. Then comes risk mitigation. Effective SCM supply chain management can identify potential risks in the supply chain and implement strategies to mitigate them. This proactive approach helps in avoiding disruptions and maintaining smooth operation. Then comes competitive advantage. Companies with efficient supply chains and deliver product faster at a lower cost providing a competitive edge in the market. Then come sustainability. It enables organizations to implement environmentally friendly practices throughout the supply chain. So now let's see some advantages of supply chain management. The first one is supply chain planning and collaboration. With SCM, users can model his or her supply chain, set goals, and optimize and schedule time. It enables users to maximize returns on assets and ensures a profitable match of supply and demand. The second one is supply chain execution. It enables users to carry out supply chain planning and generate high efficiency at the lowest possible cost. Then comes supply chain visibility, design, and analytics. Supply chain management gives users network-wide visibility across your extended supply chain to perform strategic and as well as day-to-day planning. Then come business benefits. It allows its user to transform a traditional linear supply into an adaptive network with the following benefits: faster response to change in the supply and demand, increased customer satisfaction, compliance with regulatory requirements, improved cash flow, higher margins, greater synchronization with business priorities. So, in conclusion, supply chain management is essential for the seamless operation of modern business. It integrates various functions and processes to ensure the efficient flow of goods, information, and finances from suppliers to the end consumers. By implementing effective SCM strategies, organization can reduce cost, improve customer satisfaction, and gain a competitive edge in the market. As global market continues to evolve and face new challenges, the importance of robust and adaptive supply chain management will only grow, making it a critical area for businesses to invest in and the optimize. So moving in the next module, we will learn about inventory management and procurement sources. Welcome to the second module, inventory management. So inventory management and procurement are fundamental pillars of an efficient supply chain. So mastering these areas help businesses minimize cost, improve customer satisfaction, and streamline operations. So this module explore what inventory management is, its different types, important models, and a framework, and the key aspects of procurement and sources. So what is inventory management? Inventory management is the process of overseeing and controlling a company's stock of goods. It involves tracking the quantities, location, and status of items that a business holds, from raw materials to finished products ready for the sale. So effective inventory management ensures that the company has the right amount of stock at the right time. It prevents excess inventory that ties up capital and space, as well as the stockouts that can delay production or lead to lost sales. So there are multiple types of inventories. So inventory can be classified into three main types based on the stage in the production or the sale process. The first one is raw material. These are the basic inputs used to manufacture finished goods. Raw materials can be anything from steel sheet for car manufacturing to flour for baking. Proper management of raw materials ensures that the production is never halted due to shortage. Then comes work in progress, WIP. Work in process inventory includes partially finished products that are still in the manufacturing process. Managing WIP helps monitor production efficiently and identify bottlenecks in the production line. The third one is finished goods. Finished goods are products that have completed the manufacturing process and are ready to be sold to the customer. So keeping appropriate level of finished goods is critical to meet customer demand promptly. So now let's move forward and see importance of inventory balance. So balancing inventory means maintaining optimal stock levels that satisfy demand without overstocking or understocking. So this balance is vital because it reduces holding costs. Excess inventory requires storage space and handling, which increase operational costs. Second one is prevents stockouts. Insufficient inventory can lead to delays in order fulfillment, damaging customer satisfaction and brand reputation. The third point is improves cash flow. Inventory ties up working capital. Efficient inventory balance frees up cash for other businesses' activity. Then comes enhances forecasting. Proper inventory tracking supports accurate demand forecasting and the better planning. So achieving the right inventory balance requires sophisticated management techniques and tools, which we will discuss in the next section. So there are inventory management models. So three of the most popular inventory management models are economic order quantity EOQ, inventory production quantity, and ABC analysis. So each of the inventory management models has an alternative way to deal with assisting you in knowing how much stock you out to have available. So things you choose to utilize rely upon your business. So let's discuss the first one, economic order quantity. So this is the best e-commerce traders and retail operators driven by a prudent rationale to keep away from stockouts. So utilizing deterministic inventory management models like the economic order quantity EOQ model will assist you with the processing an ideal request amount that limit stock expenses and keeps away from the most dreaded part of e-commerce. So the EOQ is a recipe that figures the most prudent numbers of things a businesses should request to limit cost and boost esteem when reloading stocks. So this is the formula EOQ equals to 2DS/C. So D means annual demand, C means carrying cost, and S means ordering cost. So in this case, the EOQ model expects a consistent request from an item and prompts accessibility of things to be restocked. It does not represent occasional or economic fluctuations. It expects fixed expenses of inventory units, requesting charges, and holding charges. No stockouts are allowed. So this inventory model requires non-stop checking of inventory levels. The viability of the essential EOQ models is generally restricted by the presumptions of an one-item business, and the recipe does not permit communication between items. Also, EOQ accepts a boundless arranging skyline and there is no restrictions on capital availability. This is the main function of EOQ. Then the second comes inventory production quantity, also called economic production quantity or EPQ. This kind of inventory management model discloses to you the number of items your businesses should arrange in solitary cluster in order to diminish holding expenses and arrangement costs. It expects that each request is conveyed by your provider in parts to your business instead of in one full item. So this model is an augmentation of the EOQ model. The distinction between the two models is the EOQ model expects providers are convey stocks in full to your client or business. So here is how you can calculate your inventory production quantity. 2kh dh 1 minus x. So K means setup or order cost, D means demand rate, H means yearly holding cost per product, P means yearly production rate, and X equals to D upon P means demand rate by yearly production rate. Then you can take the square root of 2SG slash production cost 1 minus S. Here S is your setup cost, D is your demand rate, X is your demand rate by production. So this model could be the best choice for your business if your business will generally request inventory from providers in parts as opposed to one full request. For example, for an automotive organization, interest in items is consistent over various periods of time. Fine. Now let's jump into the third one, ABC analysis. So the more cash explicit inventory presents to you, the more significant it is to you. ABC examination arranges your inventory depending on degree of significance by realizing which stock is the main. You realize where to concentrate. To be best, ABC analysis is often utilized with other inventory management models like the just-in-time GIT technique. So here ABC means always better control, as you can see on the picture. So stock is sorted into either bunches A, B, C. So how would you know which class to put inventory under? So it depends on the 80 by 20 guideline, otherwise called the Pareto principle. So category A, inventory under the classification gets the most cash and is just a modest quantity of your all stock out. It accounts for just 20% of your stock, however, gets 70% of your complete income. So category A stock is given the most measure of consideration and has the tight requesting control setup. Category B, better. Unlike category A stock, this category B stock is not fundamental for your business to endure. However, it is actually matters because it is 30% of your stock with 25% income. Then comes category C, control. Inventory arranged under category C is 50% of your items with 5% income. So this stock does not get as much as benefit A and B gets. However, it is a steady inventory management is quite free here since it gets the modest quantity of pay. So in the event that your organization offer administrations or items that all shift significantly in the cost, for example, an arranging organization, this will be a viable model for you. So a genuine model is Amazon, whose items cover an enormous scope of cost. Few out of every odd things you see recorded on their site is available. That would prompt extraordinarily high holding costs, making it hard to make money. So all things being equal, they request stock dependent on what they see with their ABC classification rules. So the drawback to this kind of inventory management model is that you need to classify the correct stock accurately with the goal for it to work, or else you will be putting all your inventory management models into consideration into an item that is not presenting to you the most cash. Now comes procurement and sourcing. So procurement and sourcing are closely related functions that involve acquiring goods and services needed for the business to operate. So procurement is the process of finding, acquiring and buying goods, services or works from an external source. It includes activities like supplier selection, negotiation, purchasing and contract management. Efficient procurement ensures that the company obtains quality materials at the best possible price and the terms. Whereas strategic sourcing and supplier relationship. Strategic sourcing goes beyond simple purchasing by evaluating and selecting suppliers based on long-term value rather than just price. So developing strong supplier relationship can lead benefits such as better price and payment terms, higher quality materials, improved reliability and innovation, collaboration, risk mitigation. So there are local versus global sourcing challenges as well. Local sourcing refers to procuring goods and servicing from suppliers within the same country or region, whereas global sourcing means buying goods and services from international suppliers. So business must weigh these pros and cons carefully to choose the right sourcing strategy to their needs. So in conclusion, inventory management and procurement are complex yet essential functions that significantly impact a company's efficiency, cost, and customer satisfaction. Understanding inventory types, maintaining the right balance, applying the right management models, and developing strategic procurement and sourcing approach are key to building a resilient and competitive supply chain. So by implementing proven frameworks like GIT, EOQ, and ABC analysis and fostering strong supplier relationships, businesses can optimize their inventory and procurement to support growth adaptability in today's dynamic market. So in the next module, we will learn about supply chain logistics and the flow. In today's world, goods travel a long way before they reach your hand, from raw materials to finished products on shore shelves or delivered to your doorstep. Behind this journey is an important system called logistics. It's a part of supply chain that plans and manages the movement and storage of goods, as well as related information and payments. This module will explain logistics in detail. So you will learn about different ways of goods are transported, how they are stored in warehouses, the role of third-party logistics, 3PL providers, and the three main types of flows in supply chain, which are material, information, and the financial flows. So let's start with what is logistics. So logistics is the entire process of managing how things move and are stored from the place they are made or gathered, you can say, to the place they are sold or used. It includes planning, implementing, and controlling. So the movement of goods, which is transportation, the storage of goods, which is known as warehousing, the flow of information, which is tracking or orders, the flow of money, payments, and invoices. So think of logistics as the behind the scenes work that makes sure you get your products on time, whether you shop online or at the store. So why is logistic important? First reason is customer satisfaction. Timely delivery of products keeps customer happy. Second reason is cost efficiency. Good logistics reduces unnecessary cost like storage fees or delays. The third point is competitive advantage. So fast and reliable logistics help businesses stand out. Fourth point is inventory management. Keep track of what's available, preventing stockouts or excess inventory. The fifth point is supports global trade. So makes international buying and selling possible just because of logistics. So now let's move forward and see what are the modes of transport, like how goods move. So the transportation is a vital part of moving products from one place to another can be done in different ways depending on the type of goods, speed needed, cost, and the distance. The first one is air transport. Air transport involves moving goods by airplanes. So when to use? This is needed when the speed is critical. For example, urgent medical supplies, fresh foods, or high value electronics. Advantages are faster way to ship goods, especially overseas. Good for fragile or perishable goods that must arrive quickly. But there are disadvantages as well. This is expensive compared to other modes. Limited capacity because planes can carry only such weight and size. Weather can cause delays. Examples are shipping luxury watches from Switzerland to the US, delivering spare airplane parts for the urgent repairs. The second transport is the sea transport. Sea transport moves goods via cargo ships across oceans and the seas. So when to use sea transport? You guys can use for large, heavy shipments like raw materials, automobiles, or furniture, especially internationally. Advantages are cheapest way to move very large volumes like cars, bikes, automobile, and even can carry very heavy and bulky goods. Disadvantages are this is slow, can take weeks or months. Ports can be crowded, causing delays. Weather can disrupt schedules. Example is importing crude oil from the Middle East, exporting cars from the Japan. The third transport is the road transport. Road transport uses trucks, lorries, or vans to deliver goods on roads. So when to use for the local or the regional deliveries or to connect ports and the warehouses. Advantages are door-to-door delivery is possible, flexible routes and scheduling, ideal for short to medium distances, but there are disadvantages as well. Traffic jams and road conditions can cause delays, limited by regulations such as truck weight limits. Example is delivering groceries from warehouse to supermarket, courier service like FedEx or DHL. The last transport is comes the rail transport. Rail transport uses trains to move goods on tracks. So when to use? Moving heavy or bulk goods over land, especially over long distance. Advantage is most cost effective than trucks for heavy cargo. Environmentally friendlier due to lower emission, high carrying capacity. Disadvantages limited network coverage because every city is not having the rail transport. Less flexible, requires transfer to trucks for final delivery. Example is transporting coal from mines to power plant, shipping steel from factories to construction sites. So after understanding mode of transport, let's learn warehousing and inventory storage. So warehousing is a key part of logistics that involves storing goods safely until they are needed. It acts as a hub between production and the consumption. So why warehousing is needed? The first one is balance supply and demand. Production might not always match customer demand exactly. Warehouses store extra goods for when they are needed. The second is buffer for delays. Help avoid disruptions if shipments are delayed. The third point is consolidation and sorting. Products from different suppliers can be gathered and sorted for shipment to the customer at the warehouse. Then comes protection. Safeguards goods from damage, theft, or weather conditions. So now let's understand the types of warehouses. First one is public warehouses. These are available for use by multiple companies on a rental basis. The second one are private warehouse, owned and operated by a company for its own goods. The third one is distribution centers, focus on quick movement and sorting of goods, often for fast delivery. Then comes cold storage, special warehouses for perishable items like food and medicine requiring refrigeration. So there are modern warehousing technology as well. So many warehouses use nowadays automation like conveyor belt, robots, and computerized tracking systems to improve speed and accuracy. So barcode scanners and RFID tags help track every item inside the warehouse, as you have seen in the airport. Whenever luggage bag comes, it comes through the barcode scanner. Now let's move forward and see what is this 3PL, third party logistics. So not every company manages its own transportation and warehousing. Some hire outside experts called third party logistics providers or 3PLs. So what does a 3PL do? Handle shipping, warehousing and delivery. Second point is manages inventory and order fulfillment. The third point is provides technology and the expertise. And then comes often offers custom clearance for international shipment, which is very important point. So what are the benefits of using 3PL? The first one is cost saving. 3PLs can use their scale to reduce cost. Second is flexibility. Easy to increase or reduce logistics capacity as needed. The third point is focus on core business. Companies can concentrate on making products or sales. Then comes access to expertise. 3PLs specialize in logistics and stay up to date with best practices and regulations. Examples of 3PL companies are the DHL supply chain, FedEx supply chain, UPS logistics, XPO logistics, and many others. So 3PL or third party logistics is the best for those who are starting their business in the early stage. So now let's move forward and see types of flow in supply chain. So in a supply chains, there are three main types of flow happen simultaneously. Material flow, informational flow, and the financial. Managing all three well is the key to success. So the first one is material flow, which is moving the physical goods. So material flow is the physical movement of raw materials, parts, and finished goods along the supply chain. It starts with the raw material coming to factories, then moves to work in progress goods being made, then ends with finished goods delivered to customers or stores. So, a smooth material flow ensures that production continues without interruptions and customers get their products on time. But there are challenges as well in the material flow. The first one is transportation delays. The second is damage or loss during transit. The third point is managing inventory levels. Not too much, but not too little as well. The second type of flow is information flow, sharing data and updates. The information flow involves the sharing of data about orders, inventory levels, shipping status, and demand forecast between all parties in the supply chain. It tracks what goods have been ordered and received, helps plan the production and the delivery schedules, supports forecasting demand to avoid shortage or overstock. So there are examples of information flow are a retailer sending a purchase order to a supplier, a logistic company providing shipment tracking updates, and the third is a warehouse reporting current inventory to the manufacturer. So the important point is good information flow reduces errors, speed up decisions, and improves coordination. And it will lead to the customer satisfaction. The third flow is the financial flow, which is managing payments and the credits. So financial flow covers all the money related transaction between supply chain and the partner. The payment to the suppliers, invoices from the vendors, credit terms and refunds. So efficient financial flow ensures suppliers get paid on time. Companies maintain good cash flow and transactions are recorded accurately. So how logistics support supply chain business? So logistic is the link that connects suppliers, manufacturers, distributors, and customers. So now let's see how goods logistics help. The first point is reduce lead time. Quicker transport and better planning means products arrive faster. The second point is cut cost. Optimize routes, choosing the right transport mode, and reducing storage time save money. Then comes improves product quality. Proper handling and storage keep products safe. Then enhance customer experience. On time deliveries build trust and repeat business. And there is one more point enables scalability, which is efficient logistics supports business growth and the new markets. But if something is having pros, it also have cons. So there are challenges in logistics as well. While logistics is vital, it can also be complicated. First one is rising fuel and labor costs. It will increase the expenses. Then traffic congestion and infrastructure limit. It will cause the delays. Then comes global regulation and customs. It is the complicate international shipping. Then comes technology integration. Can be difficult for companies to implement. Then comes unexpected events. like natural disasters or pandemic disrupt supply chain. Overcoming these challenges requires careful planning, technology, and good partnership. So, in conclusion, logistics is the art and science of moving and storing goods in a way that meets customer needs efficiently and cost effectively. It involves choosing the right transport mode, air, sea, road, or rail, storing products safely in warehouses, and sometimes using specialized third party companies 3PL to handle these tasks. Alongside the physical movements of goods, material flow, managing the flow of information, and money is equally important to keep the entire supply chain running smoothly. So, by understanding and improving logistics and three flows in a supply chain, businesses can save money, grow their operation, and satisfy customers better than ever before. In the next module, we will explore modern supply chain techniques or technology, real world issues, and the future trend in supply chain management. Supply chain management (SCM) has evolved far beyond the traditional model of moving goods from point A to B. Today, it's complex, interconnected web of digital and physical processes, optimized to meet the demands of global commerce, customer expectations, and sustainability. Technology plays a central role in this transformation, powering visibility, intelligence, and agility across supply chain. So, in this module, we will explore some of the most impactful technologies shaping supply chain management, from RFID tracking and IoT sensors to AI forecasting and blockchain transparency. We will also examine the major challenges SCM professionals face today, key career roles and tools, and what the future holds for the dynamic field. So let's start with the RFID and GPS tracking for the real-time visibility. It is the one of the biggest challenges in supply chains is knowing where goods are at given moment. RFID, radio frequency identification, and GPS tracking technologies provide the answer by enabling real-time location visibility through the supply chain. How RFID work? RFID tags are small chip attached to items, pallets, or containers that emit radio signals. RFID readers placed throughout warehouses or transport routes capture these signals, automatically recording when and where items move. This system reduces human error, improves inventory accuracy, and speeds up processes like receiving, picking, and shipping. Unlike barcodes, RFID tags don't require line of sight scanning, enabling batch reads and seamless automation. Whereas GPS tracking for transportation, GPS tracking devices provide continuous update on vehicle location, speed, and estimated arrival time. This visibility helps logistics teams optimize routes, respond proactively to delays, and keep customers informed with accurate deliver windows. Combined RFID and GPS technologies create an end-to-end digital trail essential for efficient and transparent supply chain operations. Let's move forward and see IoT sensors in warehouses and transport. So, the Internet of Things IoT has changed supply chain environments by embedding sensors in warehouse, vehicles, and even packaging. Whereas warehouse IoT sensors monitor environmental conditions such as temperature, humidity, and light, critical for sensitive goods like pharmaceuticals or foods. They track equipment performance to predict maintenance needs before breakdowns occur, reducing downtime. Whereas transport IoT, so in transit, devices can monitor vibration, shock, or tilt to detect mishandling. Sensors also track fuel usage and driver behavior to improve safety and reduces cost. The data generated by IoT sensors feeds into centralized dashboards, enabling real-time alerts and delayed analytics that optimize supply chain performance. Next comes AI and machine learning demand for forecasting. Accurate demand forecasting is crucial to avoid stockouts or excess inventory. Traditional forecasting methods often rely on historical data and can't amount for sudden market changes, whereas AI-powered forecasting and machine learning models analyze vast data sets, including sales trends, social media sentiments, weather forecasts, and economic indicators, to predict demand more precisely. These systems continuously learn and adapt, improving accuracy over time. For instance, an AI model might detect a spike in demand for certain products during a viral social media campaign and adjust procurement plans accordingly. Improved forecasting reduces cost, enhances customer satisfaction, and drives smarter inventory management. And next comes blockchain for secure, transparent transaction. Blockchain technology, originally developed for cryptocurrency, has found significant potential in supply chains for improving security and transparency. So, how blockchains enhances SCM? By creating a decentralized tamper-proof ledger. Blockchain ensures all transactions from purchase order to delivery confirmation are recorded and verified by multiple parties. So this transparency reduces fraud, errors, and disputes. For example, consumers can trace provenance of a product, verifying ethical sourcing or authenticity. Smart contracts, self-executing agreements coded on the blockchain, automate payments or penalties based on delivery milestone, speeding up settlements and increasing trust. The next comes ERP tools like SAP and Oracle for the operations. So enterprise resource planning, ERP systems integrate key supply chain functions, procurement, inventory management, production, sales, finance into one unified platform. Leading ERP solutions are SAP and Oracle, among the most widely used ERP platforms, offering modules tailored to supply chain processes. These tools enable centralized data management, automated workflows, and real-time reporting. For example, if a supplier delays delivery, the ERP can automatically trigger notification to production planners to adjust schedules. By breaking down department silos, ERP systems enhance coordination and decision making across the entire supply chain. Modern supply chains aren't just physical, they are digital. AI predicts demand, sensor tracks movements, and platforms connect everything in real time. So there are some major challenges in today's supply chain management as well. Despite technological advances, supply chain faces numerous ongoing challenges that require savvy management and innovation. The first one is global disruption. Events such as pandemics, geopolitical conflicts, and natural disasters can suddenly disrupt supply chains, causing shortage and delays. The COVID-19 pandemic, for example, exposed vulnerabilities in global sourcing and logistic networks. The second is inventory shortage. Small fluctuation in consumer demands can cascade up the supply chain, causing exaggerated inventory swings, a phenomenon known as the bullwhip effect. This results in inefficient stock levels, increased cost, and lost sales. Then comes rising transportation and the fuel cost. So fuel price volatility and increased transportation expense but pressure on logistic budgets. Supply chain managers must optimize routes and modes to balance the cost with the speed and reliability. Then comes ethical sources and green logistics. Consumers and regulators increasingly demand sustainable and ethical supply chains. Companies must verify supplier practice and reduce their environmental footprints through initiatives like carbon neutral shopping or circular supply. Field offers diverse roles, each leveraging specific skills and technology. The first comes supply chain analyst. These professionals interpret data from ERP forecasting and tracking tools to identify bottlenecks and optimize flow. Then comes logistics manager, responsible for coordinating the movement of goods. They work with carriers, manage warehouses, and ensure timely deliveries. Then come procurement specialists. They manage sources, vendor relationships, and negotiate contracts to secure quality materials at competitive prices. Then comes operations coordinator. This role focuses on day-to-day execution, ensuring all moving parts operate smoothly and issues are resolved quickly. So there are some essential tools as well. So common tools include Excel for data analysis, Tableau and Power BI for visualization, and enterprise platform like SAP for operational management. So SCM is a field with hands-on problem solving, tons of data, and big career opportunities across industries. So what are the future trends in supply chain management? Looking ahead, several trends promises to redefine how supply chains operate. The first one is autonomous delivery. Drones and self-driving trucks are poised to automate last mile delivery, reducing costs and expanding reach, especially in hard to access areas. Then come hyper automation in warehouse, combining robotics, AI, and IoT to automate picking, packing, and sorting processes Warehouses are becoming more efficient and scalable. Then come predictive analytics for proactive decision making. Advanced analytics will enable supply chains to anticipate disruptions, optimize inventory, and plan for market changes before they happen. Then comes circular supply chains. Emphasizing reuse and recycling, circular models reduce waste and promote sustainability throughout product lifecycle. At the last, it comes AI-powered supplier risk management. AI system will monitor supplier stability, compliance, and geopolitical risk in real time, helping companies proactively manage vulnerabilities. In conclusion, technology has transformed supply chain management into a highly dynamic and digital discipline. From RFID tags tracking shipments in real time to AI algorithm forecasting demand and blockchain securing transactions. So the tools at supply chain professional disposal have never been powerful. As we move forward and increasingly connected and intelligent future, supply chains will continue to evolve, shaping how goods and services reach us efficiently, ethically, and reliably. So congratulations on completing Introduction to Supply Chain Management course. You have taken a big step in leveraging supply chain into your resume. So now it's time to put your learning into action.
So, guys, we have come to the end of our full course. If you have any doubts or questions, ask them in the comment section below. Our team of experts will reply you as soon as possible. Thank you and keep learning with Simplilearn. Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, you can check the description box below.